a good Tuesday, everyone. King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here on this somewhat interesting start to the day. We saw a few snow flurries across the area. Not a big concern. Doesn't look like we're going to see much more of them, especially farther south, up near that Canadian border. We could see a bit more of them come as we head into the evening, and probably better chances tonight and into early Wednesday with another weak feature that's going to move on through. But let's talk about what's out there right now and how we do have some that it's still on the ground right there. At least it's popping up on some of those grassy surfaces. This is in Bellingham, and you can see some of the light snow that did fall here throughout the morning. Now, that's going to melt as we go, especially tomorrow, but for the rest of today, we might keep that on the ground. As far as what's happening out at Westport, you can see maybe some thinning in the clouds, giving you a little sunlight, but overall, still noticing a lot of cloudy skies there and in Shoreline, and still a lot of cold air with temperatures holding on to the 30s this afternoon. Now, those will try to sneak their way into the 40s, but better chances of that happening tomorrow and later into the week, as we could possibly even get back in the 50s as that colder air still continues to pour down into the heart of the nation. And I want to go there first because you can see some of that light snow moving out of the state for us, but down in the deep south right now in Texas, that's where they're dealing with some areas of some snow, but mainly sleet and ice, which is a huge concern, and also heading into Arkansas, where you're seeing some of that moving over Little Rock right now on points farther to the south. Then you go farther south and west around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, seeing more of that back around areas such as San Angelo, around Austin. They're dealing with it. We know what it felt like. Hopefully, they're going to be able to get through it okay, but of course, they're going to have to deal with some impacts from that here as we go throughout the rest of today. Now, back to our side of the country. That weak disturbance is moving out of here. We got the next one that's going to be heading in, another weak one tonight into early tomorrow, but let's go ahead and talk about what happened earlier this morning. This picture is sent by Dave of the snow in Ferndale. You can see the farther north you got, the better chances you were of seeing that quick dusting to maybe an inch with some of the snow that we had in place. Not too much more or really any expected around Seattle, as we'll see just generally cloudy skies for the rest of today, just barely sneak our temperatures in the 40s and then start to cool back down as we go into the night close to that freezing point. Now for today, you can see that the clouds, they're sticking around with areas of light rain getting closer to the coast. A lot of that moisture moving on through as we go late tonight. Now I wanted to back this up for you just a little bit. You can see some of that is moving through areas such as San Juan Islands, up there near Blaine, Ferndale, Bellingham, some snow possibly mixing in with some rain as that pushes on by tonight, and then by early tomorrow morning, 6 to 7 o'clock. Yeah, again, not a whole lot really left behind, but wouldn't say that you're going to be not seeing any snowflakes falling from the sky at that point. It just shouldn't be much of an issue when it comes to your commute. Then we go into tomorrow afternoon, seeing things starting to clear out, and maybe tomorrow evening we get a nice sunset that'll start to develop for us before we get more clouds coming back in here as we go later on into Thursday, and eventually the better rain chances coming back in late Thursday night into Friday. You can see that's a lot more of an organized system. Highs bouncing back up near 50 by Thursday, actually getting there Friday and Saturday before falling back down to 49, that average high at 49 degrees. So we're going to be much, much closer to that. And for those of you just waiting for spring to come, that's about a little over a month and a half away, March the 20th here, as we are on the last day of January. Here's your highs today. We top off in the low 40s, some mid-30s closer to Linden. You can see 36 there, 38 in Blaine. We'll see highs farther south in the low to mid-40s for Bellevue, Issaquah up to 43, Paulsville hitting 41 degrees, and more low to mid-40s here across parts of South Sound with generally just cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy, lows dropping between the low to mid-30s. Still that small chance, maybe some of Skagit County, but generally just more of Whatcom County with a few areas of light rain and snow moving on through. We'll see the better chances come in as we head on into Friday and Saturday for some of that rain, kind of breezy at times to go along with that, and then tapering off to a few showers kind of off and on in nature for Sunday, and maybe even fewer chances as we head on into the day on next Monday. So still pretty cold out there. Grab the heavier coat you're going to need it here for the rest of the afternoon, but you'll probably need the rain here by the time we head later into the week. Take care, have a terrific Tuesday, and we'll talk to you later.
For more local news coverage, live and on demand, watch King 5 Plus. Download free on Roku and Fire TV.